So I'm going to be making a rainbow tumbler using alcohol inks. They are the Marabou inks from the glitter guy. I've got, let me see what colors. I have garnet red, orange, red orange, lemon. It's not focusing. Olive green, gentian. I don't know how to say that word, but it's pretty blue. Oh, so blurry. Amethyst, and then I also have the Ranger Snowcap Mixative. Been spray painting, so my hands are blue already. And I have my tumbler prepped. It is, I sanded it, washed it with Dawn dish soap, and painted it flat white to prep it. And you can also do it on black base. Here it is. This is what they look like on a black base, and I sprinkled in some Opal Me Please glitter on this one. See, I'm not seeing any comments, so I don't know if anyone's saying anything. If you're here, say hi. Or I don't know if you can hear me and all that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is mix up my epoxy. This is a 30-ounce curve. I'm going to move my camera so you can see the cup. There we go. This is a 30-ounce curve cup from the glitter guy. Pretty much all this stuff is from the glitter guy. Oh, hey, there are comments. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hey, Lindsay. Good morning, Chelsea. All right, I can see my comments now, but yesterday or the day before, whenever it was I did my lives, or my last live, it wasn't scrolling for me, so hopefully I'll do that today. Anyway, for the for this 30-ounce, I'm going to mix up 30 ounces total of epoxy, and I am going to have some left over, which I'm going to put a dab of this mixative in. Oh, my cat's in here. How'd you get in here, Jack? He's not supposed to be in here. All right, so I have my Counterculture Artist Resin, and I'm going to do 15 milliliters of each for 30 total for this 30-ounce. This is kind of my rule of thumb. I usually have epoxy left over when I do it like this, so I'll just pour it in a mold, but if I'm doing a 30-ounce, I'll mix up 30 ounces total. If I'm doing a 20-ounce, I'll mix 20 ounces total. It's just my like easy rule of thumb to measure my epoxy. All right, I cannot see the numbers on here. I usually use a Sharpie and mark off my measurements to make it easier to see, but I've lost my Sharpie. I don't know where it is. Okay, so I've got 15 total. Knock that thing off every time. And I'm just going to mix it in this little cup. Or not 15 total, 15 each, 30 total. It's going to be a little much for this little cup. Oh, and I also have a heat gun. You'll need that to get the ink swirling around your cup to heat up the epoxy and get it all moving. I just have a cheap one from Michael's, this little guy. It's going to overflow. This does not even look the same. I'm going to put this in a larger cup because I think I put a little more than 15 in each, and it's going to overflow in this tiny medicine cup. I don't have any small cups left. So Mindy, I've honestly not even used the Tim Holtz inks before. I've only used these Marabous. So I don't have anything to compare. I love the Marabous though. They're nice and vibrant, bright colors. I don't feel like you have to use a lot to get the coverage that you want. But Tim Holtz might be the same. I don't know. I haven't used it. Okay. Just gonna mix this in here. And I do prefer a silicone or metal stir stick over the popsicle sticks because I do not babysit my epoxy when I'm mixing it. I don't heat it up. I try to keep my room at about 70, 75 degrees. And that works well for this epoxy as far as mixing it and not getting any bubbles. But I do have bubbles when I first mix it. They just tend to pop themselves, and then I use a torch to get any micro bubbles out. Okay. But I don't babysit it, I just whip it. So whip it up because I do not have the patience to stir slow and like set it in front of the heater and all that jazz. I just go for it. And I just stir it until, like right now it's kind of milky. I don't know if you can tell, it's like milky. I just stir it until it's clear. Not scrolling again. Hey Randy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put not a super thick coat of epoxy on the cup, just I mean definitely more than if I was doing glitter epoxy method, because I want the inks to have enough like wiggle room to swirl. If that makes any sense. Okay. There's like a couple of specks of glitter in here already somehow. I don't even have glitter over here. Okay. Turn on my turner. This one's a little more noisy than the other one, single turner that I have. This is my very first one. My very first turner that I ever bought. And it is still going strong. So after I get this epoxy on, I'm going to hit it with my torch just to get the micro bubbles out before I start dropping in my inks. Make sure you get all the way to the rim. If you guys have questions, For some reason, my live videos, the comments don't scroll on their own. But I will go back and answer any questions. So go ahead and ask if you have any questions, and I'll go back through and answer in the comments when I'm done. I wonder if there's a setting or something I can go in and change so that it scrolls automatically. Make sure I get this bottom edge. Get the bottom. And I'm just going over that bottom edge to make sure that's all covered. So it's not a super thick layer, and I still have quite a bit of epoxy left over. So maybe 20 milliliters total on a 30 ounce with no glitter on it. Should be fine for this. But I always like to mix up a little bit more just in case. So you don't want to get started and then realize you haven't mixed up enough epoxy. Alright, so I'm going to grab my torch and get these micro bubbles. And I'm just using a kitchen torch, a butane kitchen torch. Oh. I'm just going back and forth really quick. You don't want to sit in one spot for too long because then you will burn your epoxy. And I'm going to use gloves because I tend to make a mess with these inks, and I'm already covered in spray paint from prepping cups a minute ago. Hey Katie! What's up, girl? Alright, here we go. I'm going to start. So I have my colors in the order I'm going to use them, because if I don't, I know I'm going to accidentally pick up the wrong thing. Why are you making a mess? So, Roy G. Biv. I'm sorry you guys have to look at my crotch while I do this. Okay, so have my colors set out, and you know I want it to be pretty even, so I'm going to do my first 3 colors in this section, second 3 colors here, to hopefully have it pretty evenly spread out. Just start dropping it in. This is not coming out. I'm making my stripes big enough. So I'm just dropping it, and I'll go back through and fill in spaces, but right now I'm just trying to get my layout down, and I'm putting more yellow than the other colors because what I find is like all these colors shift together, and then I don't have much yellow left. green got in there. This blue is really pretty. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but it's like a really pretty royal blue. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back through with my yellow because that is I'm just kind of dripping this on the edge so the purple will go around the bottom of the cup. Go back through with my yellow. Green is taking over. All right, I did not put enough red. So I'm kind of just going back in over with the line where the green meets the blue a little bit. And then I'm going to do blue where blue meets the purple. Just a few drops. All right, so now I'm going to do a little bit of the mixative. Just gonna red at the top. I'm gonna make sure that top area doesn't stay white. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a drop of the mixative. See if that's enough. So like I literally just put a little drop in there. I think I want a little bit more than that. Hey, Amanda. Katie, yep, would you bid? You gotta remember the colors. All right. Okay, so with my mixative, I'm gonna go in and just kind of thread it through on the lines where the colors meet. So I'm gonna thread it in between the red and the orange. And then the orange and the yellow. Just to kind of give it some depth. Separate it a little bit. See, it's just eating up my yellow. I'm gonna go back in with some yellow, I think, after this. Just doing thin lines right where all the colors meet. I'm going to use my heat gun to warm it up and get it swirling. You don't want to stay in one spot for too long, or like I said, with the torch, you'll burn your epoxy. Now it's starting to move. Let me bring some of that yellow back out. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm just going to let it spin, and I'm going to add a little bit more red to the top. But I'm going to let it spin and do its thing. One more purple or some bare spots down here. That's it, and you just let it spin, and it'll be a rainbow cup. I'm shaky. I've had a lot of caffeine. That's it. There's the bottom. So once this cures, I will add another coat of epoxy with some, I don't know, maybe rainbow ice. I was thinking either rainbow ice or twinkle. It's looking pretty good, I think. I should add more yellow. What do you guys think? Anna, the white is a mixative. It is Ranger Snowcap mixative. And it's got kind of a pearly shimmer to it. I guess you could say I make cups full time. I am a stay-at-home mom, so this is what I do when my kids are at school. I need to be cleaning my house right now, but I decided to come to this rainbow cup. I messed up the other one, and I'm loving how this one is turning out, actually. It's actually better than this one. I think this was the first one. Camera. There we go. All right, let me see if I missed any other questions. Yep, the inks are from the Glitter Guy, Marabou Inks. Yeah, I will make a list, Anna, of all the colors I used, and I can link you guys to them in just a second. And then I'll share this. I'll share the picture of the cup when it's all done spinning. Well, thanks for hanging out for a minute. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm gonna go do some laundry while this does its thing. Bye.